Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Gemini, sorry. I put the cards in a different spot, and it's like my ADD. You see that? You see that little tiny corner? We're gonna move that deck there. Oh, that's better. We can't be looking at that. I'm sure there are other people that be like, oh, that's driving me crazy. What is that little thing in the screen? Okay, that's better. Now we have pure balance here for your reading. So Gemini, you guys are really lucky because you're going to be the first zodiac reading on my channel that's going to get a divine animal oracle card to start your reading. So I'm going to go into this deck and I'm going to shuffle it and see what message comes out for you. I will go into the book. They can be long. I'm not going to read everything because then it goes into the animal quite a bit. There's a little tiny excerpt about the card specifically in the message. So I will pull that out for you and we'll look at what else comes through in the card. I'm going to do my pyramid spread, my 4, 3, 2, 1 configuration of tarot cards. Going to go into, nice at the bottom, welcome to your High Priestess reading perhaps. Going to go into the Good Tarot to do that. Yeah, and see what kind of message is here for you. There will be an extended. The link will be at the top of the description if you are drawn to it. Are you ready, Gemini? Let's get started. Jum. And I couldn't help but, for whatever reason, when I wrote down in my little book, I kind of keep track of who I'm doing and then I'll write down the title of the reading. I went to write down Gemini and I felt like I was overwriting something, which is really interesting. I don't know if that'll come out in your reading or if you're overwriting something. So something has happened and you're sort of rewriting the script in something. But yeah, that was kind of a message that came through just before I actually even turned the camera on. So let's see if we get a message. What is the message to Gemini from the Divine Animals Oracle? Oh, you kidding me? Isn't that crazy? The card you got is the one that was on the bottom when I was showing you the deck. You have Change, Chameleon. I don't know why. I feel like I have another deck of cards somewhere with a chameleon in it. And that this came up for you months ago. And it's funny how, like, I don't even remember that until it happens and then we go into the reading. Well, let's take a look-see, shall we? Number 33. I love 33. I love this number 33 because to me, when you mirror it, it actually bring it together, it becomes a 88, and then you have like infinite energy. That's how I see 33. That's my little take on that magic number. Okay, so chameleon. This is really short. Change. Change is a natural part of life, so resistance is futile. Oh, overwriting something. Ride the energies of change and know where you are going, then fear will lessen. It is not always wise to just blend in with everyone else. Flexibility in mind and body is advantageous. Do not take too long to make your decision. It's time to overwrite something, man. Get on that. Get on it, Gemini. Now, what do you have at the bottom? Peregrine, Falcon, observation. There's just going to be too much that's in the upright because I haven't used this deck enough to back it up. So we're going to do the first one on the bottom. You have the Peregrine Falcon, which as far as I remember is the fastest animal on the planet. I think it gets up to speeds of 200 kilometers an hour or something like that when it's in a dive. Observation, number 25, very quickly. So what's underlying this change? Maybe observations you have made are kind of birthing a change here for you. Observation. Take a step back and simply observe a situation. Listen and watch before you decide on a course of action, as acting rashly will not serve you in your current situation. You are being supported by powerful forces. Do not fear. You are protected. Oh, it's really interesting. It's kind of like observe the change as it happens. That's what I feel like is going on here. Observe the change as it happens, and it's kind of changing a course for you. Something is being overwritten. That's still coming through. I don't have to put that so far. I don't know where I'm going to put that. So I have my tea, my namaste mug here. I see God in you. So it's big and it takes up more space on my table. It's kind of cold. cold and gray here today, although the sun keeps trying to peek out. It's a very different day from yesterday. Well, yesterday was my birthday, so of course the sun was there. No, it usually rains on my birthday, to be honest. It's really funny that it wasn't raining on my birthday. Usually rain or snow. Okay, Gemini. Let's get the tarot out for Gemini. Let's see if we get more information about what we've already discussed here about observe change. Like, observe it, watch it. And it could even happen fast, because the Peregrine Falcon, to me, what I think most about that bird is, yes, it is a trainable bird too. Like, it is a bird that can be trained and used for hunting and skill work with another person, with a person. But it is the fastest bird. And when I saw it, I kind of thought of you, because Gemini is known for quick thinking, quick talking, all of that sort of energy. It could be quick change, observe. Maybe you'll need to change quickly and some sort of switch in the situation. Be ready. Wow. This really feels like being ready. Look at how ready she is. This girl's ready to go, man. She's ready. I got it. I'm going. I'm observing. I'm waiting for the signal. It's almost like she's in what is it? The starter blocks? Is that what it's called in a race? And she's like ready to go. I've been waiting my whole life for this. I'm getting ready. I really feel like that. That girl is ready. Ooh, what's the first card? The Tower. Get ready. Get ready, Gemja. It's going down. The Queen of Earth. Well, but it's going to be stable. 3, 4. Then you have the 4 Fire and Patience. The Queen of Air. The Queen of Water. Wow. The Sun. I love the blending of those energies. These are big cards. I have to bring them down a bit. I will show you everything too. Not to worry. You will get a nice little look at each one of these cards. 10 of Earth. 6 of Water. The Emperor. Powerful energy in your reading. What I'm hearing, expect powerful change. I swear that's a quote on one of my cards. I really know it is. Everything's being overwritten. It's overwritten. Wheel of Fortune. This is a huge change of some sort coming in here, Gemini. I was gonna call you Camelot. This is so unusual. Your reading is almost like the words are almost being shot into my mouth. It's chameleon, but I was gonna say powerful change. Camelot. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't want to get all pulled in there. I want to see what the cards are here to talk to me. It's kind of funny. Like, this is kind of like, it looks like sort of that Camelot energy. Powerful change. Expect powerful change. Okay, let me show you. I'm having trouble. I'm trying to ground this. And you know what? This really explains what I'm going through with this reading. I keep being really calm. And it's almost like the more I'm pulling in your energy here, the more it's like, yeah. Almost like a domino effect. But it's almost, what is that? Is that kinetic energy? What is that word? Energy is transferred, but it's almost just like a transfer of energy, and the energy actually sort of increases somehow as it's moving forward. How would it do that? Is that possible? But that's kind of like the Peregrine Falcon. I mean, as it starts to dive, it's not at its top speed yet. It's as it continues to get closer to whatever the target is, it's getting the fastest it can get. So you have the Tower and the Queen of Earth, which is right now what I'm kind of experiencing this. Like, it feels like expect powerful change, but it's grounded. And I wouldn't say I'm struggling to ground it, but I'm conscious of continuously trying to ground what's kind of coming in here. The 4 Fire and Patience. It's like the 4 of Wands and Temperance. The Queen of Air and the Queen of Water. God, it's beautiful feminine energy. Really beautiful. God, clear of mind, clear of heart. That's what this feels like. With the Queen of Air and the Queen of Water. Clear of mind and clear of heart. Oh, look at, then it gives you the Sun, the energy of the Sun. And the 10 of Earth. There's that grounded energy, like trying to keep this grounded. It's not a huge effort. It's not a huge effort, but it's something to be consciously aware of. Whatever change is coming through. You don't have to like fight and work real hard to keep it grounded, but you kind of become consciously aware of when it's almost starting to kind of like lift off the ground. Like if you had a whole bunch of, even like a hot air balloon, and the passengers weren't in yet. And, whoa, 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 pull it back down, pull it back down. That's what that feels like. 6 of water. This card, to me, is really like a tummy ache. I'm not really getting that though. It's a yearning. It feels like a yearning for something very deep within. And then you have the Emperor at the top of the reading. And the Emperor somehow feels like it has some sort of control over a change in the cycle. I don't know if it's, it doesn't really feel like it's you, but give me, a minute here. You know why? I know why it doesn't feel like it's you. Because it's distinctively different from the entire reading in a huge way. And let me tell you how that is. Every single character, human character that has come out in these cards is feminine energy. Yes, even this, even in the observation card. They're all feminine. Every one of these, feminine, 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 feminine. And then we have this, and then it's obviously a male lion because it has the mane, and there's this masculine energy. It's kind of like sometimes I make the observation and I know that it's what it is, but I don't necessarily take the time to figure out why. But that's what's going on here. It's almost like little cues all of a sudden. Just wait a second. Just ground this a little bit. And that's how it's coming through in the reading. That Emperor is not your energy. Perhaps it is and everything else is not. But there's a distinct difference here between all of these cards and the Emperor. There's a Tower moment. But this Tower moment comes in to ground something. And like, you know what? You don't have a bad card here. It's only such a disappointed tarot reader. I'm not disappointed. There isn't like a lot to dig out. There isn't wounding here. Like I don't see wounding. I don't see struggle. It's not to say that none of this hasn't taken place in the past. There's something weird going on with my candle. I have a candle. I have the incense going and I have my candle burning. It's making a lot of noise. It never does that. I feel like there's subliminal messages in this somehow. So things that I'm observing in the reading, like that, it might not necessarily mean anything to me, but I'm going to share it with you. Because it feels like there's little things to ground something here for you. Can you even hear that? Listen. Maybe we can hear that. Oh, now it stopped. As soon as I touch it, it stops. Yeah, there it goes again. I feel, you know what this reading feels like to me? It feels like because of where patience is sitting, it feels as if to me that there's been some element of patience that's had to play out here and that you're coming to the end of the road. The Wheel of Fortune is the underline of this whole reading. So there is a significant change in direction here. A significant change in direction. Get ready for this. Observe. It's almost as if you don't even have to do anything. Maybe that's why this reading feels like that. Like, I'm looking for something to dig out for you, and all I can tell you is this energy is telling me, like, what I see here is a Tower moment, and perhaps even at some point in your life, something went on. Something's gone on, and it was very disruptive. The world fell apart. Your world fell apart. But taking that and building some sort of foundation with it that's real, and it creates substance, and it creates foundation to move forward. And it's really empowering. Gosh, yeah, look at that. I'm just realizing you have 3 of the 4 queens here. This is a really powerful feminine energy. The only one that you don't have is fire. You don't have the Queen of Fire here. But you do have the Four of Fire and Sun. So you've grounded something. It's almost as if fire is more of a natural element to you. Like your passion, your creativity, your desires. It's not something that you've needed to focus on. It shows up in a great deal of strength here. Like it just shows up in celebration and harmony and binding friendship and connection. And then the Sun is, you already know, because the Sun is a lot about the self too. The self, the journey of the self, finding yourself kind of again through life. We're all born knowing who we are, but we have to explore this lifetime to make choices and decisions and negotiate all the challenges in life and how you come out on the other end. And you're kind of coming out in the full power of Sun here. And there's been a degree of patience. Quite a degree of patience here. And in that patience, in that time of patience, I love that these two come together. And I love it because it reminds me, if I wanted to try to look back in energy in the past before this reading, I would say the way this is showing up, that there was probably like a Three of Swords or some sort of heartbreak, some sort of point where the mind and the heart had a conflict, things that you realized didn't line up with things that your heart felt, and vice versa. And these energies are so beautiful. It's as if saying that, I mean, that's gone. You've moved beyond that. That cycle is over because it doesn't even come in here. If you're still sort of in that, whatever you've been doing, like sort of healing practices or grounding yourself, kind of making your own wheel of fortune here too, I would say. Yeah, being your own cause for your destined direction. Not laying down, not taking it laying down. I'm hearing not taking it laying down. And then here we have, like, to me, the heart and the mind are healed. They're both expressive. They're both open. They're both receptive because it's feminine energy. It's yin. It's receptive. And that's where you got the sunshine in here. She feels like, too, that this Queen of Water, because it's almost like she's basking in the sun. She's got that look, that expression, like if you've walked outside and it's been a long, cold winter and it's finally a sunny, warm day. You just walk outside and you look, where is it? You find it. There's the sun. And just feeling that warmth kind of showering over you. And wow, because what you did with this tower, or what you're doing with this tower, is creating something of really great abundance. But there is, this Ten of Earth is kind of funny because there's nothing else there's nothing else around her. Yeah, okay, it's still there. There's nothing else around her except the wolf and her possessions. And then this one, I want to say, if any of the cards here sort of speak of some sort of pain or achiness, it is a longing for something. Perhaps connection, perhaps deeper feelings and emotions, because this is really stable. Like, this is really, really stable and grounded. It's abundant. It's safe. Kind of, I would even call it like a haven. And then the Emperor. This is the one card I want to pull clarifiers on because it's here in your reading, but it's not you. I do feel like everything here is you, but I don't know why the Emperor is here. So let's find out. What's this dude got to talk about? His mane looks really nice. I'm looking after him though. It looks really good. Yeah, looking fine. The Emperor is very authoritative though too. So I don't know. Why is this Emperor? Tell us about the Emperor. Tell Gemini about the Emperor. Why is the Emperor here? It's stuck in my hand. Gosh darn it. The Tower. The Wheel, again, both of those have come out twice now in this reading. The Six of Swords and the Three of Swords. There is like another Tower moment, or there's a reaction to a Tower moment, and it changes. There's a cycle. There's massive energetic change. Wow, it's really funny too, because you have the Six of Air, but it's in reverse. But then you have the Six of Air here with it too. Like going in a different direction. Going in a direction. A Tower moment going towards or away from this broken heart. Because it almost, the way these cards look, it kind of feels like to me, all the energy is centering here. Is centering here. This Tower moment leads into here. This broken heart leads into here. And they kind of come together somehow. I don't know how. I feel like there's been like some sort of a Tower moment in your life, a big change. I don't know how long ago it was or how recently it was. But there's, and to me, I want to say it felt like it was challenging, even though it doesn't really show up as, you know, all the stuff that could be behind it. What I see here is a Queen of Earth coming in. So it tells me there is some sort of significant effort to really become a self-leader in a very practical way in life. Like, you know, this is kind of the mother, the entrepreneurial, all those elements. It could be the wife, the spouse. It is someone who is keeping the home fires burning, making sure the bills are paid, that the accountant is up to date, that the lunches are made. You know, like it's really, it's taken going into a Tower moment and taking it by the short and curlies and making sure everything is looked after the way it needs to be looked after. So there is some sort of quite, I want to say like a level of ownership that takes place with that. This is different. I think this Emperor, it's almost as if another Tower moment, but this Tower moment signifies some sort of dramatic change in energy. If there's been heartbreak before, they're going in a different direction, which it talks about this too. I'm not clear yet on the Emperor for you. It has something to do with another big change and the Wheel of Fortune. Tell me specifically about this Wheel of Fortune. Tell Gemini specifically about the Wheel of Fortune. There's a major ending. Oh my God. I had this problem earlier. The cards are just wanting to go all over. Like everything wants to come out almost like and scream and yell something. It's too much. No, it's a lot of swords. Wow. That's a lot of swords. What the heck is this? God. Oh, man. That's a lot of conflict. So maybe that's the change. Because here, this was the first one that came out. And then it all sits... Look at that. Okay, you have this Knight of Pentacles. And then you have the Moon. You have the Four of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Wands. That's like really intense conflict. And I don't know, you know, they all kind of came out. I don't really want to read these in the order that they're sitting here, because just as looking at them, I would honestly say that it's some sort of conflict that's gone on here. The Five of Swords and Wands, perhaps having to walk away from something because there's nothing else that really can be done about it, particularly with the Seven of Swords, having to be very covert about how you go about something, in regards to how you go about something. And then this Ten of Swords is just an ending to all of that. Just, you know, as painful as it is, just that's enough of that. Like that's enough, and it's time to heal with the Four of Swords. And then you have the Moon. Where do we go from here? And what I like though is that this is that grounding. This is God taking it. Like it's that, like that hot air balloon that keeps trying to kind of pull up. And no. Pull it back down. It's almost like something's being pulled back down. Something's being rewritten here. And it's really like a big change in energy. A big change. It's taking something that was almost like, I want to say, it's reminding me, all of this reminds me if you took a whole bunch of ingredients and you put them in a blender and you turn it on. It's like crazy. And then after that, you turn it off and you pull out the, let's say it's like, I don't know. It's a soup. It's some sort of a soup. And you wanted it all nice and smooth and blended. Maybe it's like a sweet potato soup or something. I don't know. Or pepper soup. Red pepper soup. And it's just this chaos. Like this chaos in the blender. Pieces going everywhere inside there. Getting ripped up and torn up. And like even with the Ten of Swords. Because it's the destruction of the ego on some level in correspondence to something. And then you turn the blender off. Or you take the cap off. And you get the bowl. And you know, everything is calm now. The situation, you go reach in the cupboard, you bring down the bowl, and you pick up the blender, and you gently pour it in. And there it is. Like it's tangible, it's grounded, it's not spinning around in chaos anymore. It just reminds me of a blender like that. But it all kind of got ripped apart and spun around to become something new. And now it's calm. That's what that feels like. That's what that feels like. Oh, look. See? Calm. Oh, well, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, my God. There's so many. Okay, quickly. You got the Eight of Pentacles. And you have the Knight of Swords. You have the Two of Swords. You have the Eight of Cups. You have the Five of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Cups. And you have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, going from a state of, well, this was a state of balance to, oh God, an internal desire that is so strong. You know where you want to go and what you want to do. It's almost like what goes on in the back of your head. This person looks like they're focused here, right? And then everything comes after that. It's almost what plays out in the back of one's mind. This could be your mind, or perhaps it's this Emperor energy, but like really focusing on what you do. But in the background, there's like this desire to, it's like a knowing, but you don't know how to get there. You don't know how to get there. And it pulls you away emotionally and physically. But then somehow it's almost like, yeah, well, then that's when the lid comes off the blender and it all gets poured into the bowl, the chalice, the cup. Ah, these ingredients had to be whipped around to make something like that comes from a deeper element of self, to be grounded and physically abundant and taste really good. Maybe put like a little bit of chives on that or something. Okay, there you go. That's that. I'm going to go do the extended Gemini and see what I can pull out there for you. Thank you so much for coming to this reading. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.